What is up, everybody? This is Dueling King 1991 bringing you guys another Call of Duty World War II gameplay here. If you enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe for more content. I say that before every video though. First off, I'd like to start off by saying that this is going to be a quick disclaimer. Funnily enough, I'm saying this disclaimer because I'm playing bots in the background. This is more or less just a kind of I do a lot of bot gameplays in the backgrounds so that I can talk about stuff that I want to talk about, have gameplay in the background for you guys, and today's topic is no different. So anyway, getting right into the main topic of the video is going to be tips and things you can do to be better at Call of Duty World War II, or just Call of Duty in general. And mainly, I'm doing this because, like I said, I am a casual gamer, and so these are tips and things that I've learned from either A, people who are really, really good at this game, or B, through trial and error, which that's really sometimes the only way you can get better at this game. But first thing first, is you kind of have to become a little bit well-versed in the maps. That's the most important thing, is learning where you're fighting, because it's going to be tough for you to combat other people if you don't really have a good feel for maps. Know where hot spots are, places where people may be camping, common spots where people could be, like I said, just kind of either patrolling, maybe not even camping, just defensive play styles, stuff like that. That's really important to learn, because oftentimes half the problem with you not being able to get a lot of kills or getting killed quite often is that you don't really recognize areas in the game where you could just continually be basically going to get killed over and over again. And that would be extremely frustrating, and that would really be tough, because especially nowadays, if you spend $60 on a video game, that's not including DLCs and different things like that. That's not a little bit of money. That's quite, that's actually a pretty steep purchase in most households, to my knowledge. $60 isn't something you just throw away. So you want to maximize your experience as far as playing well in a game, and the best way to do that is, like I said, consistently knowing where people are going to be, predicting things, knowing where to pre-fire, and that ties into tip number 2, which is pay a lot of attention to your mini-map. To be honest with you, your mini-map is your best friend. Oftentimes, the mini-map will tell you exactly where someone is going, when they're coming around a corner. Especially now with the new Resistance DLC, with the new Resistance division that just came out in the DLC. That's super important, because A, it helps you in telling where people are going to be on your mini-map, as far as if you use the division, but in that same sentence, that division can also help you tell where people are going to be if they're using it against you. If you start to see that your mini-map is gargled, and that it's being interfered with, then there's a good chance that there's not even a good chance, there's someone with that division near you. So that's just another quick little tip, is always pay attention to your mini-map. It's so important. Tip number 3 pretty much is going to be becoming well versed in a lot of different weapons. It's very, very obvious that in a lot of different games that I've played, I've noticed, like Overwatch, Call of Duty, Destiny 2, there are a lot of multiplayer games that I've played that will tell you that sometimes you have to use different things, different weapons, different divisions, classes, setups for different scenarios. And that's really a great tip in this game as well. Oftentimes you'll think, oh, I'm used to doing this specific setup with this specific gun. I'm a better assault rifle player, or maybe I'm a better player with SMGs, or I'm a better player with sniper rifles or shotguns. It's kind of good to be better with all of those guns, become well versed in all of those weapons. Like in Overwatch, just for an example, it's not really good to have one main. It's good to have a variety of people with different skill sets and different abilities, so you can target different scenarios. That's very much the same in Call of Duty. Using an assault rifle or an SMG on a long sightline map may play at a disadvantage for you, because sniper rifles long range are going to be able to win out that battle. And so, you know, in that same sentence, if you're playing in a game with many flanks, in a map, I mean, with a lot of flanks, a lot of corners, a lot of close quarters things, maybe a sniper rifle may not be the best for that scenario. Maybe a shotgun or an SMG. If you're playing in a map that's more intermediate with many different ones, hey, you could use perhaps you could use any. There are some maps in this game that have long sight lines, but they also have a decent flank and some close quarter areas where you could use a shotgun or an SMG. But basically, it's good to always be well versed in many different weapons, so that if there ever comes a time where, you know, like I said, where you get into a map where you want to use a long range weapon for that map, you can. Also, this is not really another tip, this is sort of a side tip for this last one, is, to my knowledge, at this point, eventually you will run out of ammunition for any one of your guns. So it is good to have a good, you know, to have a good idea of how to use every weapon, based on if you have to pick up a weapon out when you run out of ammunition in your primary weapon. So I think, actually, to be honest with you, that's probably the three main tips I would use to get better at this game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Video's coming to a close here, though, so I'm gonna probably let you guys go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if you guys used any of the tips that I used here, be sure to like the video and then subscribe for more, and I'll definitely be uploading some more videos later. Have a good one, everybody, and peace out.